Hello, Arizona, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes with Jason and Stefan. I am Jason Bates, and I'm going to bring you the lender side of things for the show. He is Stefan Cotton. He's going to bring us the realtor side of things for the show. He's not the Cardinal.
Oh, yeah, no. Happy that we won. We're 1-1.
Yeah.
So we won't go fully defeated this year. We won't be 0-16. So we got that going for us.
Yes. We did win yesterday, which was good. Hey, if you're new to the show, hey, this show is all about real estate. We do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Arizona time. So check out the live show. If you're watching the replay, you can certainly check out the live show by heading over to our Facebook page at 22 Mins. And you can check out the episodes from there. All our past episodes, anything you want is right there. Also, you can check us out on YouTube. If you're at either one of those pages, give us either a thumbs up or that like. We would appreciate, and share with your friends and family.
It's not that hard.
It's not hard.
If I can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's easy, and it's fun. Hey, this is Monday, September 18th. It seems like September is going by way too fast. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No, this whole year's gone fast.
Goodness.
Do you realize that we probably started the show about this time last year? I think it's about this time last year.
I think it was October.
Oh, okay. I know we did the Halloween
October
episode where you were wearing a wolf mask that scared me, but
I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Boy, I remember. I had dreams about it.
All right, I'll take your word for it. All right, cool. Yeah, it's been about a year. Hey, we've got some news things here we want to talk about. This is Monday Newsmakers in real estate, so we talk about what's happening in the real estate world as far as news goes. But before we do that, we always do a tweet quote of the day. So let's get to that.
Sweet.
Ooh, a little late on that one, isn't it?
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Amelia Earhart. So, if you're going to buy a house, you got to act. It's hard. I know.
You got to get your credit up, or you got to save 3.5% down. You got to do something to get you to that. Just do it.
Just do it. You got to call us. Reach out to us.
I was going to say, just blindly do it. Oh, then call us. Yeah. No, call us. We'll help you out. We'll help you get there.
Yeah, we'll help you get there. That's what we're here for. Trust us. There's nothing we really haven't seen, or I shouldn't say done, or have seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of
done.
things I haven't done.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I haven't done either. But as far as your credit goes, or your scenario, or down payment, or whatever your situation may be, we've been doing this quite some time. Myself, over 25 years. I know Stefan's been doing it a long time too. So there's really not too much we haven't seen. So don't be bashful. Don't think your situation is so unique that you're going to throw us for a loop, I guess.
Right.
Probably won't.
I would just say challenge accepted if it is a tough one. So.
Yeah, challenge accepted. Okay. Hey, let's get to some of these newsmakers, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. All right. There we go. All right. So here's a new person to the not person, but new company to the party here. You know Zestimates, right? We're all familiar with Zestimates.
Yeah.
So Realtor.com released a competitor to the Zestimate. So Realtor.com is kind of a big competitor of Zillow, right? Trulia Zillow. The other powerhouse in real estate website, Realtor.com, is now offering home values estimate with a new tool called, quote unquote, My Home. So it's called My Home, the tool on Realtor.com. Now, don't get excited, everyone. This isn't something that's going to be, totally, a savior when it comes to this. But it lacks the decisioning information on screen that Zillow provides for now. I'm not sure what that is. Decisioning information on screen. Do you know what that is?
Decisioning information?
Yeah,
this is the
on
first time I
screen.
heard about this on My Home, but
No, on
decisioning.
Zillow. So when you go to Zillow, does that mean it's like the homes that are for sale, that have sold, that sort of thing? I don't know.
You said decisioning. So decisioning means like, is there a button to press?
Yeah, I
Going
know.
forward.
That's why I'm not familiar. I don't know what they're referring to here on that as far as this article goes. It says for now, in a quick test, Zillow came in at about 5% higher in value on every one of the 10 properties that this author entered into several different states. It was interesting to see that Realtor.com recognized property improvements and additions, such as bathrooms, bedrooms count, that Zillow did not. So this offers a little bit different. If you've added, things, so that's good. It must search county records for these changes. So, word to the wise there. If you're doing home improvements and you're adding things, a lot of this happens here in Arizona, especially with carports that get converted to game
Garages.
rooms and stuff like that, or garages or whatever. They don't necessarily, give that to the county for square footage purposes. Also,
Well,
Arizona
even-
rooms too, right?
Well, yeah. Even though that they didn't account for these additions or these upgrades, Zillow was still 5% higher.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
a big telling or something that needs to be worked on.
Yeah, exactly. It will not give a value for a home that is currently listed for sale. The Realtor.com, the My Home tool. So if it's currently listed for sale, will not give a value. I think that is in part because Zillow got in trouble or is in a lawsuit currently, right, for that lady in I think Oregon or Washington or something like that, whose house is on the market and the Zillow's estimate came
Yes.
up and lower.
50K less. Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting lowball offers as a result.
Well, that's the worst thing that could happen because you get these buyers all the time. Well, Zillow says it's worth 150.
Yeah.
Well, Zillow's not selling the house, or Zillow's not going to. Guess what? I always tell them someone's willing to pay 170 for this house. So whether you believe it's worth 150 or Zillow thinks it's worth 150, I know this thing will sell for 170.
Yeah. I feel like these websites have these things on there to keep people interested, keep them kind of hooked in their
Another tool,
website, right?
One-stop shop. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
What
feel
else
that
can we
they're
do for you?
Yeah, I don't the accuracy seems to be kind of secondary, right?
Yeah.
It just seems to be kind of, hey, there's a little thing you can click around and have fun with and, occupy your time.
Have a nice-
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully the algorithms will get better with this stuff.
One of the things we did at a couple listings when there's high expectations is we come in there with a printout of the property with this estimate, RPR report, and then what we think it's worth. That way we can look at it and then show them the comps and stuff. And now we'll have another tool to say, okay, here's what my home or my house thinks it's. What is it? My home? My house.
Yeah, it's My Home. My Home.
Okay.
My Home. My Home is the tool on Realtor.com. And I'm sure Redfin will probably come out with theirs next,
Yeah.
right? We've been talking about Redfin quite a bit. All right, next story here. Congress. This is kind of a quick story here. This is what pisses me off about our elected officials here. Overwhelmed Congress may not get to regulatory reform. Okay. Congress returns this week to a huge agenda and a controversial agenda. Worrying about the CFPB's Dodd-Frank may not be very high on the agenda, with flood insurance reform, tax reform, terrorism, immigration, North Korea, and more taking up their time. They may not even get around to approving nominations for federal posts like those at HUD.
Okay. But they'll get around to making giving themselves a raise.
Exactly. This is what just pisses me off about our whole. I wish they would just pull their head. I mean, they took a vacation, yet they had all these things on their agenda, and they take a month off.
Right.
I mean, if I had that kind of, think about this. If I took a month off and not provided my clients or your clients with what they needed, I'd be out of business. But for some reason, these guys continue to get elected and spend lots of money.
Not only are they not out of business, now they got a paid retirement and a better healthcare system. So
Yeah, it's just we got systems that are seriously broke that need attention immediately. They didn't do it before. And now there's even more. It's not like it's going to stop. It's not like the world is going to stop turning and they're going to have time when they get back from vacation it's just going to pile up, and then nothing gets done. It's just, it just pisses me off. All right. Enough of that.
excuse me. My old coach, Coach DeRocher out of Valier High School, he'd always say, "These are excuses to lose." You know what I
Excuses
mean?
to live. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Congress has all these excuses to not get what we're talking about. Everybody is we're talking about specifically the CFPB reform,
Yeah.
which isn't going to happen this year. It looks like so. If you're tuning in now, you're like, well, they're just bashing on the government. Well, we're just talking about CFPB reform because we've been
Yeah.
talking about it for a couple months, what it looks like and stuff. And now they're saying, well, we're running out of time. And now there's this flood and there's this North Korea thing.
Well,
deals.
it all ties to affordability, right? We've got an affordability, in my opinion, crisis in this country when it comes to housing. Not necessarily. I mean, Phoenix is relatively inexpensive for the West Coast, all things considered, but a lot of cities, it's very unaffordable to even purchase a house, let alone save for down payment and some of the other things that go along with purchasing a house. And so I feel like that the CFPB and the Dodd-Frank Financial Reform Act need attention, big attention, to help people get into homes right now. So, but that's me. That's me. What do I know? All right. Hey, I want to play a clip here. Bitcoin. Are you familiar with Bitcoin?
I've heard it before, and I thought it was here's what I thought it was. I thought it was a coin system on a gaming, like a toy, like an app.
Like a
Yeah,
game,
like
like Angry Birds or something?
Oh, I got 50 Bitcoin. If I can afford it, I can afford the castle now or something. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
What is
No, Bitcoin is real. It is real. There's a lot of rumor. There was some, I don't know if he's Japanese or Chinese man who invented Bitcoin, but it's online currency is what it is. It's currency like the dollar, US dollar, that you can purchase things with. There are stores throughout the country
Yeah.
that accept Bitcoin, right? Well, now, and I think the IRS, I saw this like 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. I think the IRS recognize Bitcoin as a currency, and if you have certain Bitcoin, I believe, and anybody who is watching this can maybe comment on this, I think you have to report it on your tax returns. Now, the clip I'm going to show you isn't necessarily new, although I saw a house, I think it was in India or something like that, that was purchased with Bitcoin. Well, now there's a development that is accepting Bitcoin. So let's learn a little bit more about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
We're not.
Sure, well, it's never, as you said, ever been done before with a development of this size, £250 million sterling. At midnight last night, that's why I've not slept, it launched. So if your viewers want to go onto astonplazacrypto.com, they will see it all taking place where you can buy an apartment within minutes with Bitcoin. There's 2 towers in Dubai and there's a shopping mall, and the development will be done, finished, completed by 2019. And there's a shopping mall that it's basically British themed and right in the heart of the Dubai Science Park. The prices are incredible, from $130,000, which equates to at the moment 30 Bitcoin, all the way up to $380,000, which is 80,000
How do you
Bitcoin.
peg the price to Bitcoin? Because I think one of the problems with Bitcoin for the audience is that it's really hard to put an actual price on it. So how do you sort of equate what the real price is, and when you see huge swings on the market too, like the last 3 days?
It's real time. So we've developed this site which is real time, which will convert it back into dollars. And this was all my partner's idea, Doug Barrowman, who's probably at home or in the office watching this right now. And this was his idea because he's a fan of Bitcoin. I've got Bitcoin too. And there's a massive community out there. There's 16 million Bitcoins, and there will be 21 million Bitcoins by the year 2140. So I believe that this is the currency of the future, and it cannot be ignored.
There you go. I think she's a little off on her 60 million and then 21 million.
Well, she sounds like she's the creator of the website that allows you to buy them and sell them.
No, she's actually partners with the entrepreneur who developed this development.
The development or the okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
if it's the development or the online website.
Well, that's part of it. So the online, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like they developed a website that also translates Bitcoin into real time currency, or value, if you will, because it does fluctuate quite a bit depending upon the supply and demand. I
Are you
guess.
familiar with the Denali or the dinar? Are you familiar with the dinar?
Is it dinar or is it the?
It's like dinar or dinar. I forget.
No, it's not Denali. It's
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, it's the
Iraqi
currency.
or something like that.
Yeah, I actually have. I don't know if you can see it. I have a bottle of beer, Bass beer from Dubai. I've been to Dubai
Okay.
before it was developed, before it is what it is now. And I actually have a bottle of beer, Bass beer.
Like until you have a bottle of dinar or denali, whatever that's.
Yeah, their currency. I had some. Dubai's or currency because I collected
Yeah.
coins or whatever.
The
from there, but
Oh, look at Ed Roberts bought a car with Bitcoin.
there you go. See, Bitcoin is potentially the future. Now, what was so interesting about that clip to me was you could buy an apartment, $130,000 or whatever. I don't know if that's real time U.S. dollars or what, but in minutes, minutes, right? I mean, they talk about rocket mortgage and this and that and the other. You could buy a house in Dubai, $130,000 in minutes. That's getting on with the program, man. I mean, that's making it
Well,
happen.
because it's universal.
Yeah.
Because it's universal, you don't have to do a wire transfer and a wire transfer and a wire transfer. But the whole thing about dinar is I have friends that believe that currency is going to someday be worth millions. So they bought, whatever. But not until the UN or the U.S. Congress recognizes that currency does it have any value. But this Bitcoin sounds way different, right? This sounds more like it's more universal. It's already
Yeah, it's
accepted as a
universal
credit card.
worldwide currency is what it is. And like I said, I think the IRS has already recognized Bitcoin as a currency. And I think you have to pay tax on it, I believe, if you spend it. I believe.
Well, we can ask
I'll
Ed
have
that
to-
too, because how much? Hey Ed, how much did you spend? How much was the car with Bitcoin? Because it sounded like it was 130K is one Bitcoin. Is that what?
No. That's Bitcoin. It fluctuates kind of like the market, its value. Yeah. I think it was like 30 Bitcoin, so into 130.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
equals $130,000. Yeah. And that fluctuates because they release Bitcoin depending on supply and demand. So it's a little risky, I think. So, and I don't know when I say they release Bitcoin, I don't know who releases.
Because they're not just printing paper like we are here.
Yeah, right.
It's a little risky
Right.
because they're holding it back for supply and demand versus us just printing out more dollar bills.
Right.
And ours
Yeah.
isn't risky at all.
Amen to that. Amen to that. All right. Well, kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool anyway
Yeah.
to look at Bitcoin. All right. Next story here. Mnuchin. I don't know how to say his name. He's the Treasury Secretary, Stephen Mnuchin. Says mortgage interest deduction will remain. We talked about this at the beginning of the year.
Going away.
Yeah, potentially going away, right? Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin reiterated to the Wall Street Journal that the Trump administration has no intention of eliminating the mortgage interest tax deduction. Astute listeners noted that Mnuchin, however you say his name, said they were not going to get rid of the deduction, but that it doesn't say that it may not be changed. So,
Yeah. I
still
think that-
to be
I
continued.
think that's part of the whole government not being able to do much this year anyway, right?
Yeah. This is, it's insanity. What's going on, man? Everything just seems to be stifled. It's really starting to upset me because I thought new presidency, okay, we'll start to move forward. The economy will move forward. And it seems like we were not any further along than what we were before the election, which is kind of unfortunate for our country.
I see Ed said it was 86K, so I'm going to.
86,000 Bitcoin, probably.
No.
A car for 86,000?
Yeah, it's got money. I don't know. I don't think it's 86,000 Bitcoin. I think three Bitcoin is $86,000. That's from what it sounded like. That's why
okay.
I'm confused.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Ed, hopefully Michigan's treating you well, my friend. He was actually a realtor here in Phoenix, out there in your neck of the woods, for quite some time. He's a realtor out there in Michigan. I don't know. I don't think it's Detroit. Maybe. I can't remember, Ed. You'll have to put on there if you're a realtor in Detroit or not. But he was a realtor out here and worked for Keller Williams, right in your neck of the woods in Goodyear.
Oh, good year. Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out.
right there. Shout out to Ed. Thanks for watching, Ed. Appreciate that. Hey, we've only got a couple minutes here. You got any final thoughts on any of this stuff here today?
Yeah, well, I
Kind
mean,
of
listen, I'm totally amazed by this Bitcoin now. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research, see what. I like it. So, is it stronger than the American dollar? It fluctuates with the American dollar. Is it the first thing to fall when the system falls apart? If the system falls apart, I don't know. So I like to check into it.
There are people out there, as she alluded to, there are people out there who do nothing but live off of Bitcoin. So
like
it's a real deal. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Now there's other things too. I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if this is happening here in Phoenix necessarily, but back east there are communities. I saw one in Massachusetts. They did a story on it where they formed their own currency aside from the dollar. And the local banks were taking that currency. Now it was real paper and that sort of thing. So it wasn't online currency. But Bitcoin, I think there's another online currency besides Bitcoin, but Bitcoin being the most popular and the most universal. When you walk into stores, they'll even show they have the emblem of the Bitcoin if they accept Bitcoin or not. So Bitcoin is becoming a little more popular, I guess.
And I finally linked my PayPal account, so that's how slow I am. I'm sure PayPal's been around for like 10 years. So
There you go.
I'll follow this Bitcoin train pretty soon.
Yeah, I think you will be able to in the future purchase homes with Bitcoin. I don't know how quickly that's going to come about, but obviously a lot sooner than later. But I'm saying here in the United States, I think we'll start to see. Now, what's going to be interesting as far as we go, down payment, Bitcoin. I want to provide down payment in Bitcoin. We have no clue in the mortgage world how that's going to work, right? I don't know if we can accept it even right now. I don't think we can, even though it's a U.S. IRS approved currency.
Yeah, if you're getting taxed on it, I don't know.
Yeah, so thank God I haven't come
that.
across that yet because I have to do some research.
Well, here's the other thing: is don't. I mean, you could be the first one here in Arizona that accepts it, but don't make that your only way. No, we only accept Bitcoin.
Yeah, right.
Don't make it like
Right.
Oh, you got dollars, so you gotta go to the Bitcoin store.
Well, think about if you had a buyer. Hey, Stefan, I want to put my down payment down as Bitcoin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. What is Bitcoin again? So it's coming. I think it's coming, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But again, the big takeaway from that for me was minutes. That somebody could purchase a house in minutes. Now, somebody can purchase a house in minutes with cash too, but there's still some vetting that goes on with cash, like you said.
Well,
especially in
before we
Dubai.
go, I just want to say, I want to address that again. He said he bought it for $12,000 per Bitcoin, and now they're all worth $4,600 per Bitcoin.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
it's almost 4 times it. So I guess it's maybe even a day trading thing, or maybe wait till it gets down to 2,000. I doubt it'll go back down to 2,000.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. That's cool. Good job,
Yeah,
man.
and Durham is the currency there in Dubai, I believe it is. Durham.
Okay, then that's not what I was talking about. Then I was talking about the dinar.
Okay.
You're not familiar with the dinar. My friends have whatever, $50 will become $15,000 once it's recognized by the U.S. or something stupid. And so people have been sitting on it for years and years and years. But this is more legit.
Gotcha. All right, cool. All right, cool. Sounds good. Hey, everyone, thanks for joining us today's episode. This was Monday Top Newsmakers. Tomorrow's Trending Tuesday, so we'll do this same time, same place, same bat channel tomorrow at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Hey, if you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, or invest in property here in the Phoenix metropolitan area, we would love to be your team of choice, so please reach out to us. If you know anybody who's looking to do any of those things, and they need a good recommendation of a team that will look after them for their American dream, well, we would love to be that recommendation. No question about that. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap today's show up. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Everyone have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your contributions, too. I appreciate it.